Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we are back again with the highly anticipated, longly awaited story time, the most controversial one yet. A quick disclaimer here because this one actually, seriously note needs one. Um, I'm taking, I don't want to say like a big risk or anything. Like it's not that big of a story. Like it's like, you know, um, a little drama, but it's not super bad or anything. But I am taking a slight risk because I do think there's a decent chance some of the people I call out in this story are going to end up maybe not watching it, but even hearing about it. For that reason, I'm going to go ahead and use pseudonyms. I'm not going to use real names of at least people I'm not portraying in the brightest light or whatever. But yeah, at the end of the day, if they do watch it, they do hear about it, whatever, who cares? This is for the fans. This is for the real ones. A story time was promised on Wednesday, and they're going to receive one on Wednesday. So here goes. Um, so let's set the stage, right? It's December 2020. Okay, junior year, because I know years sometimes get confused. So we're chilling junior year, and I believe at this time everybody is in online school. Okay, so I know I basically was like the whole year. But I know a bunch of my friends were in hybrid and stuff. But I think at this time everybody is online because like COVID had like a re-outbreak or whatever. Since obviously prior to vaccines. So yeah, right. So I'm I'm chilling, and the class this is going to take place in is AP European History, or for short AP Euro. So basically on Wednesday my teacher, Miss Heinrichs, shout out to her, even though she didn't bump me 3.39, you know, it is what it is. But uh, anyway, so on Wednesday, she's like, all right, so we're going to start writing. I don't even remember what it was. It was like it was a DBQ or an LEQ. Okay. And I want each of you to construct a thesis tonight. So I'm like, and she's like, tomorrow you're going to do like a group LEQ. Yeah, we're just going to say it's an LEQ so I don't have to keep clarifying. So I'm like, we're chilling because this is my Euro class, right? Um, if I get to choose my groups, I got the boy Austin, I got the boy Chris. We had worked together before that semester. If like even if not, I have other friends in that class like Josh, Maggie, Eric Fang, Joseph. I could be forgetting somebody, but those are the first people that come to mind. Like I'm like, it's chilling, and even if not, chances are like people in my group, we're gonna be cool. Like I'm not a person with, contrary to popular belief, I'm not this person with some hit list or something, and I don't go out looking to start beef with people. So I'm like, it should be chill. Uh, but anyways, fast forward the next day, and I go on to Google Doc, and we get our groups, and I am like, so mind you, this is a class of 30 people. And I see my group and I go, what in the absolute crap? Okay. Because if you had to give me a list of our class, and let's just say the teacher forced you to go three people you don't want to work with, because sometimes it's an optional question, right? But like I'm not like that, so I usually leave it blank. But let's just say they give you a forced list, three people you don't want to work with. The three people I'm in a group with on like I swear, this is not me bullcrapping, okay? The three people I was in a group with would have been the three people I would have put down for that LEQ. Like, I literally got put in a group, randomizer, whatever. Maybe Miss Heinrichs was trolling me. I don't even know how she know my opinions of those people, but somehow, some way, I get put in a group with those three people. Okay. Um. So we're gonna call the first person, okay, Atlas. All right, we're gonna call her Atlas. Okay, so actually, I don't have any problems with Alice. I don't think she has any problems with me. But she's just a person. To be honest, like kind of, some people find like her like pretentious or annoying or something, like the type to tell somebody that they weigh less than her backpack. Um, Real ones get that reference. Okay, so yeah. Basically, you got her, all right? And then we're going to call the second person Sally, okay? So I don't personally have any issues with Sally, but what happened actually and this might have to go into another story time, but basically, long story short, we had these these group discussion questions in AP literature, right? And I was put in a group with like Sally like 2 or 3 times, and basically every time at the end of that, you had to peer review as well, and give your teammates scores, right? And every time, or maybe only once, or maybe two, but anyway, she docked me. Okay, so I got a lower grade because of her. So obviously, I'm not really trying to work with her again. You get what I'm saying. So I'm like, so okay, all right, fine. And the final person, we're gonna call her Julie. Okay, and like once again, I'm just gonna like at that time especially, it is what it is. Whatever, I don't have any problems. But like basically, she didn't like me. Stuff had happened. Whatever. Okay, um, that's cool because the end of the day, um, I was what 16 then. Most people were 16 or 17. We're high schoolers. And maybe this video is contradicting that, but like at least I try to behave like an adult. I try to behave like a professional in that type of setting. I'm not going to do some weird bull jive and ask for another group, even if on the inside I'm sitting here going, oh man. But hey, take the bright side, right? It's just for one assignment. It's not like it's not like this is Mrs. Rush class where you got the same seats the whole semester and you got to deal with people you don't like. It's not like you're uh you got to even go in person. I'm just sitting over Google Meet. So we start the LEQ writing process, right? So we're all comparing our thesis, and basically, to be honest, this whole time I'm just trying to lay low, like real talk. I insta join the meet, turn my camera off, mute. You know how it is. Because usually if I'm in a group with people I'm chilling with, cam on, mic on, talking the whole time. You know how it be. But I am really not trying to interact with these people. Okay, like I will contribute to our LEQ. I'll do my part, but at the end of the day, stay out of business. I'll stay out of my business. I'll stay out of yours, right? But like literally, they were constantly trying to get me to participate. Like they're like, yeah, Ashton, you have any? So I'm like, you know what? It's okay. I guess we're cool then. I thought things might be awkward. I guess we're cool. Okay. So basically, what happens is that Thursday we write our LEQ. And I know I said it was a group LEQ, but like actually, now that I think about it, each person was like supposed to write their own. It's just you were supposed to come up with like a thesis as a group and discuss what you were going to use as your evidence, your conclusion, and so on and so forth. So me being the slacker I am, I'm paying attention in Euro, sorta. I got Clash Royale in one hand. I'm listening to what my group mates are saying, but at the end of the day, I don't know what I'm doing. So when we're writing the LEQ, we're all writing on the same document. So I'm making sure 2020 vision LASIK repaired surgery. I'm going through the document, looking through, Sally, Alice, Julie's, we're going to keep calling them that, thesis. Contextualization, evidence, nuance, all the business. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm straight copying all these ideas. We securing the bread on this. Okay. So I do that, right? And we all finish writing on Thursday. We return to Google Meet because this is like 2-hour classes. So you have long periods. And Ms. Heinrichs is basically, all right, so all of you chill for the weekend. We're going to come back on Monday and we are going to group peer review them and give each other scores. So before this happened, I forgot to mention something, but I remember before it was too late. Okay. Before it's mentioned, Julie, before we leave the Google Meet, it's like, hey, yo, if we end up peer reviewing each other the next time we come here, let's just all give each other full score. And it was kind of in like a joking matter, but also, if you really think about it, I guess nothing is really a joke. Nah, I'm playing. But like if you like it was clearly like a half joking thing. Like, hey, yeah, let's all give each other, full points, like what is it like, the whole wink wink thing or nudge nudge. I don't know. But basically in my mind, I'm like, okay, whatever past experiences I've had with these people, whatever it may be, like, we're all trying to get good grades in high school. I'm especially trying to fix my low GPA. So if I have to do a big gawk or whatever to get my peer review scores up, make sure Miss Heinrichs isn't looking through my document and seeing everyone's docking me, I'll do what I need to. Okay, it's like Charles Darwin. Principles of a natural selection, right? or adaptation or evolution, whatever it may be, right? So okay, I know the story is getting a little rambly, but you have to understand this is just a way I tell stories. Okay, cry about it in the comments, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you have a problem with it. So I'm like, that's fine. So long weekend, and the reason I remember it was okay. So that weekend, whatever it was, Friday was off. All right, I'm pretty sure at least. Or wait, Fridays were always off last year. So that's how you know I'm telling the truth about this story because you know five had memory. So I'm chilling, and I go to school on Monday. Got big Euro first hour, and we have to peer review. Right, so um I don't think we went into a call again. I think Miss Heinrichs is just like spin. So no, she was like, everybody pick one element of your group to grade. So we have four people in our group, right? Alice, Julie, Sally, me. So I'm like, you know me, man. I'm trying to take the easy way out. Give me thesis. I will grade everyone thesis because we all basically had the same one. Get that quick. Give everyone a quick. The point system was like either you say yes, they get the point, or no, they don't for each element. So I'm like, I'm gonna give everyone a quick yes. And even if someone were to screw me over, like in general, um, I'm not like I can be a vengeful person, but I'm not really like that. The best example is when with English, we had these 10-point assignments last year where like you had to like write questions about your poem and then grade your classmates' responses. And a lot of people docked me when I did theirs. But like just out of the kindness of my heart, like I gave everybody a 10, and then a couple people who docked me extra hard, I gave them a 9. Um, Sorry, Miss Hausman, if you're watching this. Yeah, nobody did your assignment legit. Okay, I'm actually sorry because like you're actually a pretty really good teacher, but uh, yeah, and then um, so yeah, right. All my point is, I'm not really a vengeful person like that, but I'm like, I always like to give everyone full scores on at least the peer review that is going to impact grading. As for like peer review as in like rough drafts or stuff, yeah, there I try to be a little bit more honest because you are, if you're gonna just suck somebody off, you're doing them a disservice almost. So yeah, that's basically my mentality. So I take thesis. I believe Sally takes nuance. Okay, Alice takes evidence, right, and Julie takes contextualization. So we all got our parts. And I give everyone a yes, right? But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stay on the document just to make sure we're all good here. Because if somebody says no for any of my points, I just want to see what's up. I'm not going to overreact or anything. But I just want to see what's up. Okay. So I go through a doc, and to my surprise, or maybe not to my surprise, everybody gives me a yes for a point. So basically, and I look through a doc, and everybody gives each other a point. So we followed the plan, the Shark Tank plan, right? We all got 4 for 4. It's like Wendy's. So I'm chilling. Um, and that's Monday. Then our class ends. So we come back on Tuesday, and Miss Heinrich's basically like, yep. So just I'm going to pull up some examples of good LEQs and bad LEQs. We're going to grade them. And then, yeah, so we do that. And Tuesday night hits. And I'm sitting there. It's a solid 8 p.m. I remember vividly. I was on a call with Ed. Okay. Shout out to Ed. Comments like on most of my videos. He's probably watching this one right now. No guarantees. I'm chilling on a call with Ed, and we're playing Rocket League, right? The best game on the planet. Shout out to Caleb Hamilton. We're playing Rocket League. And all of a sudden, I don't know what happened to me, but, I pulled like remember the book Cyrano de Bergerac? Like, I pulled an epiphany, bro. Like Cyrano de Bergerac. Like, something just hits my head, and I'm like, what if somebody went on that doc and changed my score afterward so I wouldn't catch them in 4K, but they like wanted to screw me over or something? Because, even though I thought we were all cool, like the reality was there was still 2 people in that group at least, maybe 3, right? Out of 4, and the last person being myself. There was at least 2 people in that group who probably held some animosity towards me. So what do you know? I pull up the document. I'm taking a break from Rocket League. Pull up the document, and I see last edit was made. What was it? So it's 8 p.m. So it was like it was 12 hours ago. by Julie. Now, obviously, but you could see on the top of Google Docs, last edit, right? And I go, what do you know, right? Somebody definitely jacked me over, right? So I scroll down a little bit and I see my contextualization grade. And I see, like I said on Monday, it was at a yes for you get a point or not. I check again, it's at a no. Okay. So I'm sitting back, I'm getting my popcorn. I'm like, I'm spazzing, right? Because to be honest, like I care about my grades, but at the end of the day, I'm on this earth to have fun, right? And this is some grade A comedy right now. Like I am cracking, okay? But then I'm like, you know what? Let's just see if this was just personal between me and Julie, or if this was like I don't even know what to describe it. So I scroll down a little bit more. I look at Sally's. Hers got changed from a yes to a no for contextualization. I scroll down a bit more. I look at Alice's, and hers got changed from a yes to a no. So I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, so what happened to Julie's, right? So I scroll down one more. Julie's contextualization still at a yes, so she ain't changed herself or anything. So I'm sitting there and I'm going, so it's not personal. Like it wasn't just because she ain't like me or something, but it's like for some reason, like she decided to do that, and I don't know why. Like, why would you go a day after like honestly, even though I personally like I'm not pissed or anything, but like obviously like I'm like, come on, why would you do that? But even then, I was still ready to give like benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe Miss Heinrichs, when she was reviewing essays this morning and talking about contextualization, maybe Julie's eyes got open and she was like, oh, then I graded contextualization wrong. Like maybe, but then I use my head. Like, okay, she says that on Thursday about let's all give each other full score, and then we're on Monday, and you know and by the way, like everything I said in the story is for a reason. So earlier I mentioned I was looking at everyone's stuff on what to write. So like when I was writing my contextualization, I basically took it all from like Julie, Sally, Alice, all the people I mentioned, right? So we basically all ended up having the same LEQ, uh, more or less. So if you're gonna dock us three, like if you dock yourself, that's cool. I mean, it's still weird, hella weird, but that's fine. But you're just not gonna dock yourself. So at that point, I was just crying. And I should have prefaced the story by saying a lot of you have already heard it. Because right after it happened, I was having a great time in the disc, the VCs. I was telling group stories to like six people, but the majority of you haven't, nevertheless. So yeah, so I'm having a good time. Like honestly, to me, it was funny more than anything. Now, I'll tell the truth. Like let me finish the story, right? So, that's kind of it. But the next day, I have a class with Sally, okay, over Zoom. And mind you, once again, I, me and her, at least, I don't, she probably has some animosity towards me. For me, it's whatever. But I was like, okay, I'm not going to take this war solo. So literally in the Zoom chat, there's like an option to DM. Now, some teachers have it disabled, but some teachers don't. But what I do here is that if you choose to use that feature, the teachers can read when one student messages another one through the Zoom service. So I'm like, you know what? At this point, balls to the wall. I don't even care. I go on there, I message Sally. I'm like, did you see what Julie did on the document? And then, like, I get ghosted, right? So me being the five head I am, I'm trying to see if I got ghosted because I got ghosted or if she's trying to check out what happened. So I pull up the doc and I see Sally on it. So I'm at this point, I'm like, we on to her. We on to people. Okay. And she responds and she's like, yeah, that's pretty weird. Why would she do that? She didn't get the contextualize. Like if she wants to doc us, she had to get it wrong too. And basically we talked there and we're like on the same page. And she's like, okay, well, if it's graded, I'm gonna be pissed. And I'm like, well, I am pissed already, but if it's graded, we can have a discussion. Now, as much as I'd like to say this story, I know with some boxing match or something, or some like, I got screwed over and my grade finished with an A- because of this, because of what I mentioned earlier. Unfortunately, Heinrichs did give our whole group 100%. So like, I don't really have a reason to be wrong, to be mad. But still, this was just a. It was just a weird, like a weird action. I don't really know what to say. Like I'm, you know, I speechless. Like you know, genuinely, like if you, in my mind, if you have your like first thought to like do that or something, I honestly feel bad for you. That's how I like to, trust me, I do enough of, I root for the downfall of others all the time. Ed, if you're watching this, like when you're trying to get to goal 3 right now, like I'm rooting against you, right? But if you honestly go to like those depths to go change everyone to know, and I forgot to mention earlier, but there's like an explanation tab for why you give them a point or not, like and change everyone's explanation and do it like behind, like do it in a sketchy way, like I'm honestly sorry for you. That's kind of how I felt. So yeah, that is your Wednesday story time. Uh, I want to keep these going because they're fun for me, to be honest. Just sharing my experience, and I've also got really positive viewer feedback. So really shout out to everyone who's liking the videos and subscribing and commenting and just talking to me in school. Keeping my spirits up. Negative shout out to the people who dislike my videos and hate on me because, like, at the end of the day, you honestly are just jealous of me because you want to be me, and that's fine. So yeah. As for the next story time, to be honest, I do have quite a few juicy stories, but a lot of them just aren't fit for YouTube and aren't fit for the kid friendly audience and aren't fit because like their sole purpose is just to uh, enrage people, I guess. But I do have some more that are more chill, sit back and chill, like just fun stuff. Like I feel like the one with me and Caleb Anderson was a really good one. It wasn't too serious, but also you got so. But hey, at the same time, I'm still in high school, so they're gonna keep coming. Every day I'm having new stories, but like I don't have one on the top of my head. So unfortunately, probably won't be one dropping for maybe at least a couple days. But day in the life, I know a lot of people want to ask you about it. It should be out tomorrow. Okay, we're trying to do daily uploads this week. Should be out tomorrow. I might try to get some frisbee content for tomorrow because there's practice tomorrow. I might try to get some frisbee content. But anyways, I'm dragging on. Let me know if you enjoyed the story time. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Uh, like, for stars, am I an idiot for posting this? Has anybody ever done this? Because this has happened to other people. Like, has anybody ever done something like that to you? What would have you done in that situation? Had you caught it happen? Would you just chill back, or would you, retaliate? Let me know your thoughts on the comment section below. At the end of the day, this is just a friendly space. We're here to have fun. But otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.